for your future self, let's just say a year from now, to be really proud of you right now, you're going to have to be okay with stepping into the unfamiliar and stepping into the unknown a little bit. Because for things to change for the better, for you to really be enjoying your day to day, for that to happen, right? For that change to happen, you need to change what you're doing right now. Okay. Maybe some of your relationships will change. Like, let's say you are someone to where you're like, why can't I just meet a good guy? Or why are so many of my relationships, why are they like kind of dysfunctional? I feel like, I'm the one always showing up for them, but no, they're not mutual, right? Or they never work out, or there's drama involved. That's probably because you have a lack of self-respecting boundaries. You're a people pleaser. Number one, boundaries. You have to get good at really starting to exert your voice and saying enough is enough. Okay, all right, that makes sense. Well, how do I start doing that? Number two, your day-to-day habits. Okay, so a lot of how you show up in life, your communication, setting boundaries, really starting to do things that you want to do, it comes with your day-to-day habits. Your day-to-day habits are what build your confidence or what eat away at your confidence in your self-worth. So if you have day-to-day habits that aren't very self-honoring or self-respecting, you're not going to feel confident. You're not going to feel worthy. You're just not going to feel at all like comfortable setting boundaries where you need to set boundaries with your time, with certain people, all of that stuff. So habits meaning, okay, I like personal experience speaking here. This has been life-changing for and also for a lot of women I've helped. When you start taking better care of your health, your body, you feel really good in your body. You feel when you do that, you're going to start feeling really good mentally. It becomes so much easier starting to step in the path, like take the steps and walk along this path to this future self that is really living life on her terms. So let's say you're someone, little as this, right? We're all on habits here. Very little actions, next action steps for you would be when your alarm goes off, at the time it goes off, let's say, I don't know, 6:30, stop snoozing, get up. When you do that, already you're telling yourself, okay, we can trust ourselves. We listen to ourselves. You respect yourself. Okay, you follow through and keep your promise to yourself because you're not snoozing, procrastinating on that, you get up. Let's say you tell yourself that, all right, I'm not going to eat, cookies and coffee for breakfast. Instead, you're going to have, some egg whites and avocado toast because you know that as you get older, it's important to have, some good protein and healthy fats. So the days that you do that, you are just reaffirming to yourself that I respect myself, I love myself, I care about my health. And when you tell yourself that, you start to, change like how you feel emotionally when it comes to your day-to-day interactions with people. You're going to be okay having more uncomfortable conversations of where you might need to set a boundary when it comes to your time and not saying yes to everything that someone asks you to do. Does this make sense? So these things here are what eventually, ultimately, you do enough of them, boundaries, habits, follow through, keep your promises to yourself. You do enough of these next step actions, okay, and ways of being, that's you ultimately doing the inner work that ultimately ends up transforming your life and everything in it to where a year from now, you're just a badass. Like you were just someone who is the boss of her life, who is being her true authentic self without apology, with confidence, with certainty, and really just starting to live this life within her values. It sounds so easy, setting boundaries, building healthy habits, and with doing those two things, the inner work is happening. It sounds like an easy formula, right? It sounds like an easy, like step-by-step blueprint. But the biggest thing that's going to get in your way is all of these life experiences, really from childhood. Who were the examples in your life? What were mom and dad like? Were they in your life? Were they terrible parents? How was your relationship with, friends growing up? Was there a lot of betrayal, or was there bullying? And, these experiences when you were dating, did someone just use you for sex, and like they pretend, like they told you that they loved you and like you're amazing and you're so special, and then you had sex and then they discarding you? All of these things from childhood, you for the past couple of decades, maybe longer, maybe a little less, have had to start creating this story of, okay, in order for me to be liked, to be loved, to be approved, like I have to prove myself. And these are the things that I have to do to prove myself, to fit in, to get praise, and to want to be wanted. That's the identity that a lot of us have, and that keeps us stuck living this life of overwhelm, of anxiety, or of depression or oppression, really just going along with the masses of asses. It's all of this stuff, this programming, this conditioning that roots from childhood, that has us believe in a certain story and identity, which is why you do the things you're doing now. But you're probably watching this video because it's no longer working. You're hitting a rock bottom. Okay. So my goal here with this channel, and this is the coaching work I do with private clients. If you're interested in learning how to coach with me privately, visit my website, nikkimcmillan.com. It's in the description. Let's have a chat about what it is you want to do and how I can guide you through this process and these steps. Anyway, that's the biggest hurdle, is can you process, heal, and let go of your past so you can start doing these things that are going to have you, your future self, really be thanking you right now. Boundaries, habits, which turn into the inner work happening. Because here's the thing, I might not be the first person telling you this, but if you read articles, if you watch videos or some documentaries, some journalists and psychologists and other experts in this, type of field, they interview people on their deathbed, these seniors, right? People on their deathbed. Some of their biggest regrets were pretending to be someone they're not, working way too much, not taking care of their health, staying in a relationship longer than they should, wish they would have spent more times with their kids, or just wish that they really did the things they wanted to do in life. And look, you're like, this ain't no rehearsal here. Okay. If you're midlife and you're watching this, like, now is your time, because again, you would not have been attracted to click on this video and watch it, at least up to this point, if you weren't feeling a nudge and a call to like wake up and to stop giving less F's and to start setting the boundaries, getting uncomfortable with doing that, doing the habits and doing this inner work so you can finally just start taking your life back and your power back. Was this helpful? Tell me, what light bulbs are going off for you? What are you thinking about right now as I'm sharing this with you? Please share with me below in the comments. Where are you feeling stuck? What are you sick and tired of? And what do you want to start creating for yourself? What life and relationships, how do you want to feel about yourself physically and, emotionally a year from now? Right? And if you don't, share that with me below in the comments. And listen, if you don't know what the next steps are, if you know that if you want a guide, you need the accountability, you need someone holding your hand and walking you through it step by step, okay, to start designing this life that actually feels like yours. This is the work that I do and that I have been doing for almost 10 years. Again, you can visit my website, book in a call. Let's have a conversation. I would love to talk to you more about how I can help you. But is this speaking to your soul? If it is, give it a thumbs up. Definitely subscribe for more videos like this, and share with me below what's no longer working in the comments. I would love to know. Okay. Let this sink in. Okay. This conversation here today. And we'll talk more about this in my following videos as well. Thank you for watching today. I believe in you. Listen, let me end with this. Okay. So you might be feeling a bit stuck and lost right now and just like, ugh, like confused, but this is actually your invitation, universe, God, a higher force that's like, hey, look, now is your time. That's why you're watching a video like this and maybe others, because you're not stuck. There is a way. Sometimes you just need, a nudge and someone pulling you ahead. Okay. All right. I'll see you in some videos coming up later this week. Thank you for watching. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to keep walking this journey with you. All right. Bye for now.